crawfish.
And I believe we are live. Bobby, you need to stop dissing crawfish.
Welcome
Crawfish are
to the.
ugly,
Hey,
bro.
Bobby, shut up. I'm trying to do the intro. Welcome to the It's Always Saturday podcast. Because when you're with the boys, it's always Saturday.
Always had it. Were you already able to swallow that thing you ate, or you just stuffed it in your cheek
No,
while you were
I
talking?
just stuffed it in my cheek.
Just
I'm
chipmunked
working on it.
Hell yeah. That's
That's
a man's
play.
commitment. A man's commitment.
Well, Bobby was out here trying to fuck up the intro. I wasn't having none of that.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I just think crawfish are ugly, stupid idiots. And,
They're
like, all
just
of the
smaller,
meat.
more efficient lobsters. We need to stop the hate.
I want to fight crawfish, bro. Crawfish are trash.
What is the source of your prejudice against crawfish?
Honestly, I had nothing against them until you sent a meme and was like, "What did the crawfish do?"
God.
That is the entire source of my hatred of crawfish.
See, I've never had a crawfish, but I like them because when somebody says crawfish, I think New Orleans, and I have never been, but I would very much like to go to New Orleans because it sounds sick. And one of my coworkers went, and she said that it was sick, so I fuck with it.
That's very true. But if we want to just jump right into the gamer moments, Ian, you said you had some topics you wanted to go right into.
Right. So I want to talk about. Let me find it here. So boys, are we voting for the Democratic racist pedophile, the Republican racist rapist, or are we voting for the man who dropped Yeezus? I mean, I'd say the choice is pretty clear.
Honestly, it truly is. If anybody goes for anything other than Kanye in the American election, like, at least our prime minister is such a cool guy that his party trick is throwing himself down the goddamn stairs.
So good. That's
like,
so
we
good.
love Justin. Justin, he's just chilling. He's like, guys, want to see a sick trick? Have you ever seen that video, Bobby?
No, what do you mean?
It's so good.
It was like a CNN interview where Trudeau was like, yeah, like, I have this great party trick. You guys want to see it? And it's just him, like, pretending to, like, stumble and then rolling down the stairs. And it's really funny.
It's so good.
Honestly, it's why he got elected again. Also, Ugg again in chat says, hi, Bobby. What a champ. What a lad. Anyway.
So I think
so
we'll go to Bobby first. Bobby, who are you voting for?
Bobby is the most political member
or
of the podcast.
I guess we can't actually vote because we're Canadian. But who would you vote for?
Bro, Yeezy, bro. Like, straight up. Okay. So people in the U.S. road here like, no, don't vote for Kanye as a joke, and it's like, as a joke?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
He's
what do you mean as a joke?
Legitimately the best option at this point.
Yo, just imagine he drops an album while he's like the president.
Yo, he could do it. My man, he made 5 beats a day for 3 summers. My man is a workhorse. He could do it.
We got faith in him. I think it'd be really sick if he collaborated with both Trump and Biden without either of them knowing and just like drop the meanest track of the century. Basically cured America.
Nice.
Yes.
Spencer, who are you voting for? Although I think we know what the answer is. We just gotta confirm.
Well, because the thing is that there are technically 4 options. We have to consider the 4th. So there is, Biden, that leg hair, very convincing. There's Trump, fuck all minorities. That girth. He is thick. He is thick.
He thick. He a thickie though. That one picture of him playing tennis.
Ooh. Gets me fired up. It's what I think about in the morning to get out of bed, is just Trump's dump truck. And then, of course, 3rd option, Kanye. Very respectable option. The only person without any sexual assault allegations on the ballot. Very respectable. But then there's the 4th option, which is total and complete revolution of the American people, wherein they completely dismantle the American government. And it's looking pretty good. Honestly, odds on. That's who I'm cheering for. I vote for an anarchist takeover of the entire America.
I'm with it.
I can understand that, but like at least give Kanye a chance first. Like you just gotta see.
Like you just want to find out what would happen.
Yeah, like what if the country goes to shit, but he still puts out some heat like while he's in the office, bro?
Hey, hey.
Hey,
It's not a
like
bad plan. It's definitely not a bad plan. I feel like certainly out
like a
of those three, best option. If you consider the secret fourth option of American people being like, wait a second, our entire government doesn't work. We should just try again. And they just destroy everything, which is technically the most American thing you can do.
I
So,
know. That's I think it's like the the Revolutionary War, I think it's called, but on themselves instead
yeah.
of the British government.
Like it's about the people being liberated. That's why the Americans all hate the government, but then they're like, ooh, like the government. We gotta give her. We absolutely gotta give her. Encourage the Americans to revolt.
The authoritarian right is such like a weird quadrant because like authoritarian left, they're straight up just like, yeah, like we suck the government off, like it's just how it is.
Mhm.
And authoritarian right is like sly about it. They're like giving
Yeah.
the government a hand job under the table, like
They're just like kind of kinky about it. That's the same
yeah.
thing. They both are just too into the government, but it's really just how
Uh-huh.
kinky you are is whether you're left or right.
Yeah.
There's an accusation in chat right now against Bobby.
Oh.
This is from somebody named Fraser 1811. Great year.
I
Which
think
said,
I know who this might be.
They said, I thought I saw Bobby driving a Tesla driver's training car. Is Bobby a rich
Ooh.
kid? Were you test driving a Tesla to learn how to drive, Bobby?
I was.
You holy shit, you were. Why is this?
I was. Well, my parents just signed me up for a driving school so I could get better at driving. And the guy was like, "Yeah, we got Teslas," and we didn't even know. We were like, "Damn!" And then I was like, "How am I gonna fit inside a Tesla? I think I could wear a Tesla as a shoe. What is going on?" And but so basically, to get in the car, I had to basically touch my forehead to my knee. But then once I got in the car, I was able to adjust the seat and I could fit inside of it. And Teslas, they're pretty hype, even though the instructor won't let me use the self-driving feature because
Honestly, I don't get why not. If you're gonna learn how to drive, watch the car do it for a little while, and then
Exactly.
you learn. Well, who's gonna
Bro,
do a better job, the car or you? The car is the one that drives, so clearly it knows how to do it.
bro, the car's blue and yellow too. Like actually no, those are facey colors.
Ew,
And I'm
yuck. The high school that we
Yeah.
didn't go to?
Exact disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah, because I'm that dude who even though I'm graduated, I still carry on that rivalry. I'm gonna be 50 and I'm gonna be like, God, Facey sucks. People are gonna be like, move on, Bobby, and I'm gonna be like, no.
I'll move on when they move out of the park. I'm sick of those fuckers.
Bobby's just gonna slowly lose his mind and he's gonna be like 54 years old and has had enough and he's just gonna firebomb Facey.
He's gonna do what happened at the library, but better and to Facey.
Yeah.
Shh. That's my plan, boys. Don't.
I don't mean to out you, Bobby, but it's like first you're driving Teslas, now you're just fully firebombing Facey. There's a clear line of escalation, and I think you need to defend yourself.
Nah.
Fair. Fuck. You got me there. I mean, goddamn. There was one idea that I talked with Ian about shortly before the podcast, which was in an effort to make fun of Joe Biden. So, Bobby, have you ever seen an interview that Joe Biden has done?
Is it poor kids are just as smart as white people?
It's kind of that sort of thing, which is really funny. But it's basically just I was gonna have a contest amongst the boys to try to make the most incoherent sentence that sounds vaguely political and vaguely intellectual, but absolutely is not, and has no point, lots of pauses, lots of redundancies. I feel like it'd be a really good time. Would either of the lads like to start?
I can start.
Send it,
Good,
buddy.
because I'm stumped.
Okay.
Let's see if you can beat Biden at his own game.
Okay. So I went to Egypt one time And you know, I was walking around, saw the pyramids with my shorts on, touching the little kids that were all around me when their parents weren't looking. And I got hairy legs that they they turned brown in the sun. And so I was brown, and so I wanted the Egyptians to that their and I wanted them to claim me as their own because my hair turned.
Honestly, fucking stellar. Off to a great go.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
You keep going. Keep going. You got it.
Because my hair turned brown in the sun, and when I was in the pool, the kids would come up and rub my legs because I got it the hairy legs and 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 you're not black if you don't vote for me. And
These are some great quotes from Biden.
And there was one guy who was he was in Egypt, and then I was in the pool, and I told him that he couldn't dive into the water, and then so I kicked him out, and then he came on my face, and I
what a twist. What a twist.
and that's kind of the situation in Afghanistan right now, if I'm being honest.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for your speech, Joe Biden. Bobby Biden, would you like to go, or you want me to go first?
I want you to go. I need to get a bit more experience.
Okay, fantastic. So today I was sitting on the beach, and on the beach I saw that there were many colored people. It was really great because there's many colors. I really like rainbows. I remember back in 1987, I was sitting there with my friend, and I said, "Listen here, Jack. There's lots of colors out there. You got to respect them. You ever have popsicles? They come in lots of colors. You know, the wooden popsicles. I remember back there was this issue with the popsicles where if they weren't treated right, then they just fall apart. The popsicles has to stay together properly. And I feel like that's really just a situation when you look at, you know, the inner city. The popsicle sticks haven't been treated right, along with minorities. And I feel like so long as you leave your kids out for a little while, I can treat everyone really great. It's okay. Like, listen, it's just Tom Brady's a real idol of mine. I think that he really gave me a lot of good life lessons when it comes to just macking children on the face. And, you know, frankly, you know, if you look at Trump, he's a pedophile. Like, he has hung out with Jeffrey Epstein a few less times than I have. So, like, realistically, when you think about hanging out, I remember this one time I was on a swing when I was 4 years old, and there was some pebbles, and a pebble got in my shoe. And frankly, that is the situation in Afghanistan right now. And let's crack it, Jack. Let's send her up, bud.
That was top tier. I love it. Before Bobby goes, I just was reminded of that one interview where I can't remember what he's talking about, but he's talking about like something that's difficult, and he's like, you know, it's like a corn dog, you know, like it's like soft and chewy on the outside, but as you get to the middle, it gets real hard and tough. And then the interviewer goes, "Mr. Biden, are you talking about eating a wooden stick?" And he's like, "What?" And then doesn't address that question at all and just keeps going.
Oh, fuck. God. I love Joe Biden. Like, he's not going to make a good president. And it's so funny. But holy shit. Man's talking about eating the goddamn stick in the center of a corn dog. Holy shit.
Or like that time I saw a quote from Andrew Schultz that all Trump supporters should support Biden because he's more Trump than Trump is. And he's like, nobody controls Trump, no outside sources. And but Joe Biden, he's the master at that because he's not even in control of himself. Joe Biden doesn't even control Joe Biden.
Exactly. The man's just gone. So Bobby, basically consider somebody that just wants to talk about everything political but has mild dementia that kind of comes and goes. Would you like to be given a prompt question, Bobby?
Yes, but can you make it about abortion? Because that's what I've been thinking about.
Okay.
So Bobby, Bobby Biden, like where did you put the fetus after the fact?
Well, well, basically, all right. So what happened was when the fetus came out, it was it was it wasn't moving, so it was stillborn. It was stillborn, and so basically, what I did with it was I took it, and since we can't just go having these dead fetuses on the ground, I took it and I tried to put it back where it came from inside, and so basically because we can't go having situations like that, so that's why uh, Biden is for the abortion
That's why me Biden is for the abortion.
because be, 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 because when because then if you just coat hanger it, then it's not on the
Holy fuck.
ground anymore. Then it's not on the
Exactly something Biden would say. I feel like
I'm not
about
done.
I'd like to mention that dementia isn't just stuttering on occasion, just to make sure that that's clear.
Hey, I don't know. I don't have any relatives with dementia, bro.
Do you want to
I don't know
ask what dementia is before we just go? Coat hanger.
Joe Biden is all our relatives.
True. Bobby, would you
But
like to keep
anyways,
going without saying coat hanger abortion again? That'd be much appreciated.
well, now
Is
okay.
all,
Well,
what,
ask me a
did you,
different.
would you,
Ask,
Bobby? Did you only have coat hanger abortion? Was that all your content?
I was thinking that I was gonna think about what Biden would say about abortion. Coat hanger just came to me as I was talking.
That is how he tends to talk. See, the real trick to being Joe Biden is like at any point in time, if there's any other memory that's ever existed ever that might not even be yours, it has to be said at that moment because it's
Okay,
clearly
okay,
relevant.
okay, okay. All
So
right.
let's swap her away from abortion for a hot minute. Um,
I think just so that chat is ready, once Bobby's done, I want chat to pick the best Joe Biden impression.
good plan. Good plan. So Bobby, how about we discuss good old President Bobby Biden's latest Lego set and how he did it in under 1 hour.
Okay, so basically, I was doing the Lego set, right? And I remember one time when I was 3 years old, I was gone to a cotton candy stand, and they had pink, and they had
There we
pink,
go.
they had pink and blue cotton candy. And the only reason that this is relevant is because pink and blue is for boys and pink is for girls, and Lego can be for boys and also girls. And I was doing this Lego set, and I took it out, and it was it was just a lot of different pieces, and I was thinking, that's how our society works, is there's a lot of different people and they can all fit together. But at the same time, I was thinking I went to Mexico a few years ago for a vacation, and in the pool it was chlorinated, which meant that you couldn't drink the water without getting sick. And so basically to that, I was thinking that's also what criminals in our society is, the chlorine in the water. It doesn't make the water look different, but it smells different, and you can't drink the criminals because you get sick. So basically, then I was trying to do the Lego set, and I was putting it together, and there was instructions, and I was thinking, these instructions are the instructions that the Illuminati put to us government politicians, because then we will just that's how we need to run the society, because that's what they tell us to do. And at the same time, the Lego set, I was losing pieces, and I was thinking, you see, that's what happens when China abducts some of our American people, because China is the place where where the bats are from the COVID-19. And so because of that, we can't have our American people going there being abducted, because then they're like the lost Lego pieces. Because it's not very often that you find the lost Lego piece. And I eventually got it put together. And then I realized that when I was 7 years old, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and he also had a Lego set. And it was a cool Lego set. But because I couldn't have the Lego set, I got angry. And that's when I realized that Lego sets are like how people's lives are in different parts of the country, because people over in third world countries want what we have in America, but at the same time sometimes the American people don't like what they have. So no matter what Lego set you have,
That's
sometimes
getting
you just
deep.
want someone else's Lego
Holy
set.
fuck.
And so that's how my Lego set went. And I just want to say that poor kids are just as smart as white kids, because that's
So good. There's a tear to my eye. I feel like the only flaw for this one was that it was a little bit too coherent. There was kind of a line of logic there, so that was really the only
Okay.
issue.
Yeah, like it kind of like it wasn't, I wouldn't say that it was coherent, but it kept like looping back, and
Mhm.
Joe Biden doesn't really do that. He just kind of like finds a new train and goes.
But you
Because
know
I
what?
was
It was solid. You did a good job, Bobby.
was-
Very
yeah.
proud. Very proud.
because I was talking and I was like, oh gosh, I don't really like follow Joe Biden. I don't know what to say, but I know you guys say go off on random tangents.
That's all
So
it
for
is.
the third
That's
one,
all
when I
it
was
is.
talking about when I was talking about the friend having the Lego set, I made that up completely on the spot. I literally just said
Perfect.
I remember, and then I was just stringing words together. I had no idea what I was gonna say.
I was like, so a bit of a shift in topic. Oh, excuse me.
Jesus
So
Christ, Ian.
so you know the podcast that Mark does, the Immoderate podcast.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
Can we get some boo and
I
moderate
know.
podcasts in chat? Boo.
Boo.
Yucky.
Boo. Anyways, they put out a story poll, not a story poll, like a story question asking what their last, like what you wanted your last meal to be like on a desert island. Or no, it was what would you want if you could only eat like one thing on this island, what would you want it to be? And I responded saying Mark's ass. And so the guy, I don't know who responded with it, but they were like, interesting response. And I was like, well, Mark's got that cake. And then I didn't get a response.
It's
I
devastating.
thought what you were gonna bring up was the story post they had a couple days ago where it was like, fellas, is this true? And it's like when it's cold, and it was like golf balls and they were like high up, and then it was like when it's hot and it was golf balls and they were low. I thought you were gonna bring that up.
Oh, I didn't see
Because-
that.
Yeah, I did, and I was
Bobby,
like,
is this
dude
because
taught me-
you need a question? Is this are you uncertain, Bobby?
No, but I was just thinking, because I saw it and I was like, there's a guy who taught me high school math who was a part of this account.
And he's talking about when balls is hot, they go low.
And I was like,
Like,
all right.
like, bro, you fucking teach 16-year-olds trigonometry. Why making story posts about balls in the winter?
I guess that's why he doesn't let anyone follow him on social media until they've graduated.
Yeah. Also, I'm actually I feel so disrespected, and I'm very angry that Mark not only didn't come on our podcast, but made his own.
That's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous. What the fuck,
What?
Mark?
Bro,
Mark, I hope
I-
you're listening to this episode specifically. It's about 24 minutes in. What the fuck?
Literally, what the fuck? That's all I have to say.
Like, this
and
man's-
Mark,
this
so
man-
disrespectful. Ugh.
Our goddamn
I
math teacher, we were like, the whole promise was it was when we had Bobby on for the first time. He said if Bobby shouted him out, then he'd come on the podcast. He has not
Yeah.
come on the podcast, as not because he didn't want to be on a podcast, because a motherfucker started his own goddamn podcast. What the fuck?
Bro,
So disrespectful.
I brought that up to him because when I went to go pick up my grad cap and gown, he was there like in the hallway, and I walked up to him and he was there with Mr. Fraser and Mr. Melnick, and I pointed at him and I turned to them and I was like, get a load of this guy, and I explained the situation, and they were like, damn. And he was like, have you been listening to it? And I'm like, no. It's like a rivalry now because we asked you to come on and then you just dipped. Why would I listen to it? I can't do that. I have my own. We can't go doing that. I'd be surprised if you were listening to ours, to be honest, even though you should. You should have been on ours.
And if you're watching right now, you should probably also listen to the other episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Tell a friend. Get people involved in the community.
Tell a friend.
I actually changed the link in my bio from my Huddle account, which was my high school football highlights, to the podcast link.
Oh,
I finally did that because I was like, yo, I finally have something to promote. And yo,
W's in chat, boys. W's in chat. Fantastic.
I was like, no, listen, I finally have something to promote, and my high school football highlights were hot garbage. So I don't really want people seeing that.
Do you guys remember that video where it was that blind kid that was on that football team, like the little kid? And he's like,
yes,
we can,
yes.
if I believe, we can do anything. And it's just him sprinting, fucking arms flailing in whatever direction, just following where yelling was.
Going in circles. It was, I love it.
What a pro. What a goddamn pro.
One of my favorite football clips, and it's like, it's staged, but they're like, little Timmy is gonna get to like score a touchdown. He has a potato for a heart, and then he's like running along, and everyone's like cheering him along, and then like the safety just comes like chugging in like so fast and just trucks this kid, and then like gets up and is like celebrating and yelling about it. It's so good.
I fucking love those videos. What was that one where it's like mascots going against like the kids? And they like leap over shit. Just WWE slams and shit. It's fucking insane. That stuff's so funny. Just attacking children in general is really fucking funny.
It's very funny. Yeah.
Bro, I'd love to be one of those mascots because then I could just like truck some kids. Like that'd be hype.
They do other things too, Bobby. I hate to say it, but they do other things and assault minors.
I'm just gonna be a kid trucking mascot. Like the mascot's gonna go out and like dance with the cheerleaders and all that, get the crowd pumped up. And then he's gonna go in the stands, and I'm gonna change into it, and I'm just gonna come out and just wreck some kids.
Yeah, just like you just see Bobby like running through the stands. The kids aren't even on the field, and he's just like picking them up and throwing them and hitting them.
Like you change into like the outfit like of like an actual dump truck, and you just put on some boxing mitts, and you just go out there, bow, bow, bow.
Oh no!
Also, still would vote for him before Trump or Biden. That's just a fact.
What Ian said about running through the stands, that makes it even worse because Commonwealth has concrete stairs, bro.
Damn, I think they all do, which just means that like children getting fucked up.
Rogers Place has steel stairs, I think.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Fuck kids. Fuck them up.
Because unfortunately, hockey mascots don't truck kids.
Damn. That is a bit of an L. Bit of an L.
I would say that last year for summer program, I won't drop their name, but one of the leaders from last year was quoted while planning for summer program saying, "Fuck the kids."
It's just how it's got to be. Honestly, you have to think that a little bit sometimes.
Yeah,
because I guess that's a line. So, like, for people at home who haven't seen this before, Ian and I both work in childcare with disabled children. We're great role models, and it's a good time. But also, at a certain point, it's just like, listen, like, this is what we're doing today, kiddo. We're just gonna fucking do the thing we're doing today. So
sometimes it just be like that.
Like sometimes, fuck the kids. Like fuck them.
Yeah.
They can just be little shits a little bit. And you just got like there was the one kid like yesterday, and another kid pulled the fire alarm, and the one kid was taking a nap.
Oh my gosh.
And he didn't want to not take a nap, but he has to leave the fucking building because there might be an actual fire. Probably not.
No.
But
yeah.
man,
oh my gosh.
I felt bad too because like
I had to write an incident report for that. That was bad.
It was a good time because like the kid I was with was about an hour into the ended up total 3-hour nap he took that day, and like the fire alarm was going off and this kid did not move. I had to shake this fucking kid awake to be like, kiddo, the alarm bells are going. We need to fucking leave. And he just like very casually walked up and like just walked out of the building. And it wasn't until it was also like raining a little. And it wasn't until we got like to go back inside that I was like, this kid doesn't even have fucking shoes. I woke him up from his nap to go walk in the rain. Like that's a tough time, but he handled it like a champ. So
Handled it like a champ.
that's the key thing.
That kid might have been me, to be honest.
Fuck, I forgot.
Because apparently, from what I've been told, some shit has been happening. Like, not recently, but like there has been some shit that has gone down when I have been asleep that would wake like everyone in Sherwood Park, and I'd just be chilling, not even awake.
Hell yeah, Bobby. Hell yeah.
Like what?
Cars can't stop you. Sounds can't wake you. That's just how the
Like
gamers live.
Like one time I was sleeping over at my aunt and uncle's house, and apparently someone set off a huge alarm. Might have been their burglar alarm or something, but it was 3 a.m. and everyone in the house was awake, screaming, trying to turn it off. Everyone was mad, and I woke up the next morning with no knowledge of. I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre. And one time, like we got ding dong ditched at midnight, and my mom came into my room and screamed at the kids from my window. And
like she went into your room, started screaming, and you were just still fully unconscious?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Bobby. Fuck yeah. That's sick.
Because my bedroom faces the road, so like to yell at the kids, she like started screaming from my bedroom
What
window.
A committed mother. What a committed mother.
I was dead, bro.
Mans was out.
Also, King
Out.
Nick in chat says, hey, you remember Nick? He's the electrician.
Oh,
howdy,
what's
Nick.
good? What's good? I twitch in my sleep.
Oh,
I talk in my sleep and moan.
Really? Ooh. Bobby go, ooh.
I also talk in my sleep.
Really? I just lay there. I don't do shit in my sleep. Like what?
And
Like what's that
Spencer.
like when you're asleep, do you notice that like shit happens that like correlates with it that people like tell you about?
yeah, so it's my dreams. And so I was actually talking about this with Kinley today. And I think there's a particular disorder where when you're dreaming, your body fails to paralyze itself. So like when I'm dreaming, like I like am moving as I'm moving in the dream.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking whack. Because I think
Yeah,
that's wild. I wonder how that like affects talk. I think what'll happen is like if I'm not fully asleep, I'll like because I'll get like hallucination type dreams. I think I've talked about them before on the podcast, but like a really frequent one is like I get a text message and like I like text back and I have it written, and then I'll put my phone down and I'll be like, fuck, like I didn't hit send. But like in that split second of having that realization, I went from being unconscious to conscious, and to go look at my table and the phone's not there. So it's just like that's the kind of shit that I have. But like it'll be in that sort of half conscious, half not conscious state where I'll like hear a thing that isn't there and I'll like verbally respond to it. Like, is that kind of what happens with you guys where you're like half conscious when you talk, or you're just fully out and just talking while you're asleep?
I'm just out.
For me, I'm fully out. And did I make any noise when I jacked your bed on Saturday?
You did actually. I remember that.
Okay,
there's
good.
the odd thing, but I thought you were like awake. I think one point it was like because I noticed you moving and I like said something to you and you said something back, but it like was completely unrelated. So I think that was just a coincidence.
Okay, because I remember like I went down into your room and I was like tipsy and I just saw a bed and I was like bed, and so I just went and I like laid down. I was like half asleep and I remember some people coming in and like I just heard them laughing and they were like, "It's Bobby, bro. He's on the bed."
And you were just there, just fucking dead. You just were like laying there like a starfish for hours.
and then I was like half awake and I was there sleeping and I felt someone pulling blankets over my carcass. And then
that might have been me actually.
Yeah, because I remember it, but I remember I was still wearing socks. So in my mind, even if I was asleep, like, what the hell? Why are they covering me? I'm wearing socks. And I got kind of mad and I got kind of mad in my sleep, but I didn't move. I just kind of dealt with it, and then I woke up like later, and I just kicked all the blankets off and ripped my socks off. I was like, nah.
That's so fucking funny. Just you in your sleep were like pissed off, fully unconscious, just fuck. My fucking socks are on, not moving at all.
It was weird. I felt it, and I knew I felt it, and I knew that I was awake, like, and someone was putting blankets on me. But at the same time, I wasn't awake to the point where I would wake up and be like, "Hey, bro, what you doing with the blankets right now?" But like, it was weird. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was interesting.
That is a very odd experience. I'm like one person we had. Oh, sorry, Bobby. You continue. You do your bit. You do your bit.
Okay, I was just gonna say one more thing. Like, it's weird that I didn't like moan I sleep at your place, because if I'm sleeping in a place that's not my bed, it's like I'm subconsciously uncomfortable, and that's when it happens more. Because if I'm in my bed, sometimes I'll just be like, oh. But like,
why you gotta do it like?
Can we get that again real quick, Bobby? Just one more time, please. Full time.
Bobby, why you
Can
gotta
someone
do it like
please
that?
clip that? I'm gonna get that audio file, and whenever we get a new follower, that sound will play.
But no, like, whenever I'm sleeping in a place that isn't my bed, like, even if it's still in my own house, I'm not in my bed, like, I'll be in bed like, oh, like,
hell yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised that it didn't sound like I was nutting all night in my sleep when I was at your place, because I was in a place that wasn't my bed, and I was sloshed. So like,
I feel like the sloshness counteracted the other factor, and you're just kind of there, not really knowing what the fuck was going on. Because I remember you were saying you basically sat down, chugged 5 Twisted Teas, and then were like pretty dazed for the rest of the night, and that was your whole night.
yeah, because I pretty much forgot that Twisted Tea was alcohol, so I just sat down and I was just like cracking them open and just like, hey, what's going on?
I saw that.
And then I drank like 5 in like 20 minutes, and then I was like, wait. And then I just stopped, and I was and everyone like, I think I partied too hard too early, and then I was just like, I wasn't like drunk, but I was on the edge of being tipsy all night until later in the night. I was just like, screw it, and I just drank everything else.
Hell yeah. Well, because I remember seeing you like drinking, sitting in the one spot, and I was like, 20 minutes later, you're still just chilling there. And I thought, damn, like, Bobby's really been nursing that one drink. He definitely didn't just fucking chug 5, and that's what's happened. But no, man was out cold.
Yeah.
The thing, I just want to go into the sleeping stuff real quick, because I won't out her, but a friend of ours that was at the party gets like night terrors, and she like will like fucking like kick and like punch an elbow like in her sleep, and like it's not great. So like because it means that she's having like a really shitty dream, so I'll like shake her awake, be like, the fuck, homie, get up, you're good, and then she'll be like, oh, okay, sick, and that's all good. But then there was some points where she was like kicking my leg, and I was like trying to wake her up. And I remember, like, at one point she, like, kicked my leg really hard, and I was like, what the fuck? And then she just, like, said, move your legs. So I found out, like, after the fact that she was conscious for fucking half of it and just intentionally kicking me. But then I'd always feel bad because I couldn't tell when it was, like, a night terror or when she was just being an asshole. It was a very fine line. But I was upset at the time, but retrospectively, it's really funny.
Yeah, because I remember it was about 5 a.m. and you were like, yo, Bobby, and I was like a quarter awake. I was out.
I was like, Bobbert, I want my fucking bed back. Keep getting kicked.
I was on reflexes. I heard you call my name. I heard you, Bobby, and I was like, but then like it felt like a half hour later, I heard you say it again, and then I was like, did you say? How quickly did you say in between?
I fully don't remember. I think there was at one point. Well, like, there's one part I was just like asking if you were good, and you're like, I was like, okay, well, you're not puking, so you're fine. And then like a little while later, I was like, Bobby, I want my fucking bed back. She keeps fucking kicking me. We need room. So then you're like, okay, sick. And then we swapped, and all was good. But
yeah, because I remember I was like, you called out. You were like, can we swap? And I was like, yeah, bro, let's go, do it, bro. But I was like, in my mind, that's how enthusiastic I was about it. But I was
You
probably
verbally,
like,
you weren't there at all. You just went like, "Yeah," and you just kind of like leaned up out of the bed like fucking Frankenstein rising from his existence.
really? Because in my mind, this is what I thought I said. I heard you say, Bobby, can we swap? And this is what I thought I said. Yeah, bro, whatever, let's go, sure, whatever you want.
Yeah, no, it was a lot more just, yeah, and he just kind of got up.
And then I just like stood there, and then I went to the bathroom. But then like I went to the couch, but I didn't realize that there was another person on the couch. So
Yeah, I
kinda,
remember
like,
you saying that like it took you a while to
Yeah.
realize there was another dude passed out at the end of the couch.
Yeah, so like I and then I tried to like put my legs up. Then I remember I was like I fell asleep like on top of my own legs, if that makes sense. Like I was
Totally,
sitting there.
very much, Bobby. When you just go at the hip and you fold your leg the other way to lay down on top of your hip. Yeah, of course.
No, like no, like I was sitting and then I just like fell forward like onto my own legs and just like slept on my legs, and then I woke up a couple hours later and was like, damn, that was good sleep.
Feel good. Fuck about that one. Yeah, you've been quiet for a while. You had a very different experience at that party because you
Yeah.
just send it the whole fucking time when you party.
I did. Yeah, I honestly that was one of the more like a chiller night for me.
Which meant they
I
only
was
like raved hard for about like 4 hours straight. Like about.
well, there was just like there was kind of two different groups at the party, and I knew both of them, so my main focus was like trying to pull them together, because for like the first half an hour, like one of them was on one side of the house and the other was on the other, and there was like no intermingling. So I was like doing my best to kind of like bring them together, because it's the worst like if you go to a party and you only talk to people that you know, because why
'Cause why
wouldn't you
bother?
just go? Yeah, why bother?
It was that was funny. Sorry to interrupt. You said you knew both. I knew neither of them.
So that's why Bobby was sitting directly in the middle, chugging 5 twisted teas,
Yeah,
immediately having forgotten there's any alcohol in any of it.
yeah, and then
Sorry.
Yeah, Ian, keep going.
I saw, yeah, and then me and Rudy dominated in beer pong, because like I was at the point where like I wasn't drunk enough to like have lost too much coordination, and my confidence, like, well, my confidence is always really high, but like it was like through the roof.
That's all you need
And
for beer
so
pong, realistically.
yeah, and
If
so
you
I was
fucking
just like
believe in yourself.
we were just draining them nonstop, and then the goal shifted, because it was like me and Rudy were originally trying to win beer pong, and then I don't know where you went, Spencer, but
Oh,
then
because
Jane,
yeah, I remember we were playing and I was like, I'm losing. I don't want to play. Jane, take my spot because you're playing.
yeah,
I forgot you were playing against me in that match.
yeah, and so then Jane took over, and then like Jane and Butler were like getting close, and so being upstanding good Christian boys, me and Rudy both looked at each other and said like, Butler needs to lose his V cards, so we're gonna push that tonight. And so then every single time that we shot a ball or they shot a ball, we would scramble for it, and we would like go for the ball, but also just like push them together. And like they didn't protest, and I mean like it worked. Like
Wait, that's the
because
fucking
we would
ultimate
like
wingman move is literally shoving women
Yeah.
into your friend until they hang out.
Yeah, and so then like we were talking, like, because we'd go back to like our side and we'd talk, and we were like, okay, like the real W is getting them together, and the secondary W is winning beer pong, and we did both. So I mean like we crushed it, like absolutely crushed it. Shout out Rudy.
Rudy's
Shout
a
out Rudy,
goddamn
'cause
champ. We
he's
should get
a-
Rudy on the
he's
podcast
a-
sometime.
We should. I was thinking about that. I'll talk to him. Yeah,
Rudy
he's
would
a fucking
crush it.
champion.
Bobby, did you talk to Rudy at all at that party?
I don't know who Rudy is.
It's okay. Rudy,
The only new person I spoke to was I talked to Jane a little bit, and I talked to Kinley a couple times, but mostly that was just me asking for chips. Like
a good speak.
like
You got to prioritize
got
what you
this-
talk about.
like I got this I was hungry, so I went to the Munchies bowl and I just filled up a plate with Munchies, and then I went downstairs into the chill zone. And she stopped me as I went down, raided all my Sun Chips, and I was like, damn, all right.
I'm
And then
honestly
and then
fuck
later,
Munchies Sun Chips. Fuck Sun Chips in general. They are
and then
trash.
later I was
Fuck them.
and then later I was laying on the couch going like this with my hands because I was like, whoa. And then
Yeah, because alcohol is basically the same thing as a fucking acid trip. My fingers, man, they're like fucking melting, man. Holy fuck.
and she was holding the chip bowl, and I summoned all of my energy to get up and be like, can I have some? And that was the only two people that I talked to other than you guys and
Hell
Butler I think, all night. Oh, and Cole Porter. I knew Cole Porter.
What a lad.
What a lad.
I think, have I told my first story of like when I tried weed that one time, which was also the first time that Ian ever drank?
No.
It depends what part you're gonna tell.
The bit where I like nearly died. Didn't nearly die, but like I was going off. Basically, like the last like 2 hours of that day.
Okay, I mean, I'll stop you if you've told it before.
All right, good shit. Okay, good. I got Ian's just solid memory to assist us in this.
Exactly. Exactly.
But so basically, myself, Ian, Butler, and our good friend Marler, we all got together and like, yo, like, I haven't had weed before. Like, it was the day before our university orientation, and we're like, let's fucking send it. We got the shit, trying to make brownies. They're really bad, but I was goddamn committed. I put it in like a smoothie.
Oh yeah, that was so bad.
Yeah, they were really, really, really dog shit. So I was like, okay, if we drink alcohol makes anything taste good if you're drunk. So chug-a-lugged, tried to eat more, got drunker, kept eating weed. That tasted terrible. I found out that I put it in a smoothie with like peanut butter because the peanut butter flavor was so strong that I'd taste the peanut butter first and not the weed, so I could actually swallow it, and then I'd taste the weed and want to vomit for about 5 minutes, and then that would pass, and I was drunk, so I thought, okay, now again, and then I chug more. Biggest brain plays. But then
Exactly.
my wonderful, good Christian mother came in clutch, and she was like, listen, kid, like, your weed brownie's obviously dog shit. If you give me money for weed, I'll buy some, I'll make you guys some proper weed brownies. And I said, that sounds like the greatest idea I've heard in my fucking life, mother. Thank you so much, because I was gone at that point. Christine, my lovely mother, goes out, makes some weed brownies, brings them back. I'm like, these taste really good. I ate like 3. And then about 20 minutes later, I was fully like, I was laying on my couch, and I started feeling like I was on like a ship that was like tilting from side to side, and I'd like go to the left a little, and then I'd go to the right a little, because on a rocking boat, I was just sort of like laughing more and more hysterically till I was like violently rolling left to right. And I have a memory of rolling off the couch onto the ground and Butler looking down at me and saying, like, are you good? And I distinctly, because when you're talking about earlier, Bobby, with like what you thought you were saying to me when I was like asking you to like swap spots for sleeping, like I looked up at Butler and I distinctly remember saying, no, I am not okay. And he said, you said nothing, you just kept laughing while I was rolling on the ground. So that like fucked with me.
Yeah.
Bobby, have you tried weed?
No.
No?
I have not done it.
You've not done it? Do you plan to try it?
Maybe at some point,
Mm-hmm.
but not now. In
Very
fact,
fair.
to be honest, when I saw that you guys had a blunt at the party, I was like,
like this perfectly legal thing that you yourself can just go buy if you want to.
yeah, I saw it and like I smelled it and then I saw it and I think it had a fact tipsy, so I was like,
Just drunk off your ass, just shook. What the fuck is going on?
I was just like, boys, what do they have? They got it.
Drugs, what the fuck? Anyway, I feel like we're all pretty
also,
low energy.
I would just like,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna comment on at that party I played Mario Kart and I did amazingly well. So I think that I think that makes it okay for me to drink and drive because I was fucking good.
Whoa.
And on that moral
Whoa.
lesson, I think we should end it for tonight. All right. Is there any stories anybody's wanted to say, or are we guys good to be done for now?
I'm good.
You good, Bobby? You got anything else to say? Any moral messages to close the day on?
Yeah, when you're at a party and there's chicken nuggets in the oven, don't go downstairs because there's going to be none left the next morning. I was crushed.
That is true. We cooked an entire box of chicken nuggets. They were all eaten within 15 minutes. I'm very
I
sorry
saw,
for your loss.
because I saw you put them in the oven, and I walked up to the group and I was like, chicken nuggets. And then I went downstairs and crashed, and then I woke up the next morning and I was like, damn, there's no more chicken nuggets. And then I got sad.
That is a pretty fucking fat L. But on that,
I would just like
oh, yeah, go
my
ahead.
closing note to be that premarital eye contact is a sin and you should never do it.
Agreed. That's why we use Discord, because we don't actually look each other in the eyes. We just stare down a camera, so we actually
Honestly,
avoid one another.
I look at myself the whole time, I won't lie.
That's fair. I do that a lot as well. I personally, I stare at you, the viewer, and I know that you stare at me. If you've looked me in the eyes at any point in time, or if you're watching this YouTube video after the fact, you've done something wrong and you should feel bad. And on that note, let's end it for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if this is YouTube. Rate 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I don't know what the fuck they do on Spotify, but like follow that shit too. Tell your friends. Catch us live again every Wednesday at like 8:30-ish. I usually fuck something up, so it's like 10 minutes late. But anyway, check out the Instagram at It's Always Saturday, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later, skaters.
Deuces, gamers.